And welcome to Graded Point Live. I am your host and owner of the channel. Because apparently there's a slight misconception about who actually owns the channel. I own the channel. Piper is my co-host. Welcome, Piper.
Yeah. No, I would. Oh my.
And yeah, I just wanted to get that clear. I am your humble host. This is my humble co-host. I usually have other co-hosts, but one has a headache, one's working, and I don't know what's going on with the other one. So yeah,
My boomer picture there is beautiful.
yeah, it's very,
Work of
very,
art.
very boomery. Yeah. So so we're live now. And I'm gonna assume absolutely nothing has happened over the weekend, right? It's been kind of dull and boring.
Oh man.
I just from what I understand, this has been kind of typical boring weekend. Nothing really went on, right? Just
Well, actually, to be honest, it was for most of it. I started watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure though, and tweeting about that.
Yeah, I saw some of those tweets. That was funny.
Yeah, apparently it's very entertaining to people that have already watched it.
Hmm.
So, I will stick with it and keep watching it. It is definitely special.
Right. That's
It's
good.
definitely bizarre. Actually,
Hmm.
I think I tweeted bizarre is kind of an understatement.
Well,
Adventure is kind of an understatement.
well, it is
Or an
called
overs.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, so you kind of it kind of gives you, you walk in kind of knowing what you're going to get at that point, and even then you're surprised, right? Like, oh,
Yeah. I was
that's,
kind of like, yeah, okay, I get the bizarre stuff.
mm-hmm. It's like, well, that's the thing that just happened. Well, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. It's like, well,
What's really great is sitting there going, oh, so now that meme makes sense. Like,
hmm JoJo is basically the pose down anime.
yeah.
Everybody poses.
Wow.
They pose and they announce what their attacks are going to be. That's the anime in a nutshell. But yeah. Anyway, I guess it's time to
Dive into my Sunday.
dive into your Sunday. You seem to have had an interesting Sunday. So let's get this started. Let me get to the right screen before I drop the boomer. Let's start with the tweet that was heard around the world, apparently.
Yeah, goddamn. Yeah.
So yeah, let's give that a look. Okay, front and center. You wanna?
Hello. I really don't want to butcher anybody's names.
Let's
So,
see.
hi, guys.
Hello, folks. Let's say I'm gonna say Akmal Danish.
I just really feel bad if I butcher
Alazmat
somebody's name.
Films. Me and Road Warrior
Road
Drake
Warrior.
here. Okay.
And Monday, too. Yeah, well, Monday, yeah,
It dripped into Monday, I guess you could say.
it definitely dripped into Monday. Here is the tweet that apparently
Started the.
entire fiasco. Holy crap.
So, do you want to read your tweet, or or shall I? I mean, it's whatever.
Uh, uh,
I can read it.
yeah, you could.
Okay, so it basically says Gail
It's
Simone.
word salad, but
Yeah,
yeah.
Gail Simone. OMG, we can't have anything bad happen to fictional women. Which has a history of being that way. I mean, she's the
Here's my
one.
thing. Gail is known for that shit. That's how she got her job.
Yeah, because Gail
So
wrote.
anybody pretending she's not like that
Yeah,
is being they're full of shit. They know.
I mean, Gail went out of her way to write an article about fridging.
That's how she got her writing job.
I'm
She
aware of
didn't
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. By the way, the whole point was not to just kill off a woman in a dramatic fashion. It was to show how much of a piece of shit Major Force was. who was the villain in the story. But yeah, you know, we can overlook details like that. You know, whatever.
We've had this whole conversation where people said, well, this male character was raped and this male character had this happen. And she was like, so don't care.
Yeah. So also Gail Simone. Who cares if a woman is repeatedly sexually harassed and assaulted by a guy threatening to rape underage girls? He's one of us, and those fictional women. So and those aren't fictional women. So I don't give a fuck. So yeah, this was hyperbole. I can clearly see that.
Apparently, some people don't know what that is.
Yeah, I can tell that this was very much hyperbole. You won't trying to say that those are her exact words, but let's not pretend like that's not the overarching feeling of some of these folks. I mean, you know. Let's see. What's fridging? Okay, let me explain what fridging is. Okay. There was a storyline in Green Lantern written by Ron Mars back in late 90s. I can't give you an exact date, but it was definitely after Green Lantern 50 because that's when they switched over to Kyle Rayner. And he had a villain named Major Force. Major Force is basically like his power set is basically Captain Adams, but he's evil, right? So he was a villain to Green Lantern, and he wanted to get at Kyle. He found out Kyle's real identity, and so he killed Kyle's girlfriend and stuffed her in his refrigerator. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's fridging. Let's see. The story's from 1994. Yeah, it was from 94. But yeah, this is a something that she wrote a article. It was a huge. I mean, it became a huge art. It kind of, if I have to relate it to anything, it kind of reminds me tropes versus women in video games, where it became a bigger deal than it actually was. You know what I mean?
I will say this. I will say, I'm not saying fridging doesn't happen, but I'm saying she's known for saying everything is fridging, basically.
It's kind of her MO.
Yeah, it's her shtick. And if anybody's trying to pretend it's not, they're full of shit. I did not get a beer after all.
Oh, that's
doing
sad.
This sober.
It's probably a good thing. You got to stay sober for this crap.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you know.
So anyway, that is the explanation for the top part of this. The explanation for the bottom part of this is apparently the one everybody's freaking out about.
Mm-hmm.
And it was originally based on all of this shit my feed was full of over the weekend. And I summed up what the dude was accused of. And her attitude was what I was trying to do here.
Mm-hmm.
Because the same people that are believe all women all the time, 24/7, all that good stuff, are now the ones going, oh, well, it's just a rumor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, you know, we're not gonna disassociate until, you know, she better come up with something better, you know, all that stuff.
It was basically, you know, they knew what was going on, but they didn't want, but because they, you know, nobody made an accusation, they're not gonna, you know, come out and say it right out to, oh, this guy needs to be, you know, he needs to fuck off or whatever, you know. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And then the breakdown is, because, I don't know, they're saying a lot of people, Ren was trying to imply that I'm saying Gail said this exact shit for one, which is just stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Why did I pick on poor Gail and not all of DC or whatever? Exactly because of Gail's behavior that she's known for. That we can't have anything happen to fictional women.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. That is her entire shtick. That is the only thing she's got going for her.
Right.
Which was really disappointing because when I first started Twitter, I was actually a fan of Gail. Until she needed me in order to get some extra attention or something.
How can I put this? She had a tendency to accidentally write good stories.
I liked some of her stories, and
Mm-hmm.
then it kind of like I knew how she was,
Mm-hmm.
but even especially when I was younger, I was like, well, yeah, she's right on some of these, and I still agree that, well, yeah, some of these do just kind of look like lazy writing and fridging.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked this and I liked that. I liked seeing her name on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think part of it too was because she was a chick.
Could have been.
And
I mean,
yeah, I mean
and like I
that was
said,
at least part of it. But she was a chick and she happened to be writing for some characters I really liked. And I do think she's written some good stuff. So I was really excited. And when I first got on Twitter, man, I found Gail on there eventually and followed her. And dude, I had like such a fangirl moment because she actually followed back at
mm-hmm.
some point.
Mm-hmm.
I think she liked something I said or some things I said.
Okay. So this is not even a situation where you're just ragging on Gail because she's a target of opportunity or anything like that. You actually liked Gail, and I guess at one point actually respected her.
Yes.
Okay. That's interesting.
And she doesn't care about other women. She only cares about Gail, only cares about Gail. And that's what I was trying to show here.
Right.
Gail doesn't care about other women.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
Gail
I said,
cares about how
looking at the tweet, I mean, like I said, we talked about this. I would say there was probably one tweet in the chain that I would say,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? I was like, I don't know about that, kind of thing.
There was one tweet, especially when isolated, that wasn't quite written the way I meant it.
Right.
There was another tweet. Crap, I don't even know if we dug that up. There's another tweet that Ren did not include in her screenshot, where in the conversation with the same person, I explained that they needed to Google it themselves, the entire situation.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I say Google it yourself isn't trying to be mean, isn't trying to be lazy. I'm tired of looking stuff up and them going, I don't like that source. And I don't trust this source. And I don't trust that source.
Right.
Google the story yourself with whatever sources you like to find out the roots of, what's actually going on, the real story.
I mean, yeah. And so I just, just for point of clarity, I pulled up the tweet that I'm talking about, where somebody asked you what you wanted the full context, and you said she's defending the guy behind Border Town after he was outed as yet another women respecter, sex criminal, and he got his shitty racist book canceled. Lol. Okay.
Lol.
Yeah. That book
was racist. I'm sorry, y'all. That book was racist.
It was a very racist book. I mean,
I'm not saying the whole like racist against white people. No, that was just plain racist.
It was very. He took the worst stereotypes of all these groups and made them, and just amplified them. So yes, it was a very, I would say, a very racist book.
Sorry, I spilled something and it was cold.
Okay. But like I said, if there was any tweet in the chain that I would have, that me personally would say, I don't know about that one, Chief, is like, because I didn't see her necessarily going out and defending him.
Yeah, that is where I was wording it wrong.
Right.
They wanted.
You probably probably should have said she wasn't calling him out.
Yeah.
Right. I think that would have been a good term. And like I said, I'm not, this is me not defending you or anything like that. Because you can defend yourself. I don't need to,
Yeah.
I'm just pointing out that if that's what you meant, then that's what you meant. Right. Because sometimes silence is, just as big a defense as not saying, is saying something or whatever.
That's what I meant in this tweet, because of whatever it was he asked for. Mm-hmm. I was mostly trying to hurry up and sum up what my Twitter feed was full of and what inspired the original joke.
Yeah.
And so in doing so, yes, I say the word defending. I was thinking more of keeping mum about, like
like from what I understand,
well, who that dude is.
Yeah.
Keeping quiet, but making plenty of, Comicsgate jokes about it.
Right. I think Like I said, we will all. This is the record. We both agree. This is This is very poorly worded. Because I didn't see her actually. I can say this. I didn't see her defending. Right. But the key here is that's not what my problem with this whole thing is. My problem is that Gail's a liar.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's my big point is that Gail is a liar. And
Notorious.
I'm going to show you why, because she said this. Somebody made a comment, isn't there a rapist whose identity you should be shielding, Gail? Right? And she said, you mean that guy I never heard of till 3 days ago that I immediately spoke out against? Pull your head out, puppet. The people pulling your strings are idiots and liars. Well, Gail, as they say, I don't know about that one, Chief.
Yeah. This was one of the things that had crossed my feed.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm bringing up
that I was trying to get at.
Yeah. So I'm bringing up, and like I said, the first thing we're going to hear is like, oh, look at these 3 old tweets from 8 years ago, 4 years ago, 6 years ago, and 8 years ago. Oh, well, yeah. But let's look at them in the context that they're given, right?
Yee.
You ask Mr. Escuela, because Esquivel, whatever his name is, who is the person who's accused of respecting women. And that's a term we use to say, because, okay, I got to explain that too, I reckon.
Yeah, because I got called on that like a million times. I'm a misogynist because I put woman respecter or whatever.
Okay,
and woman respecter means that I hate
women,
victims
apparently.
Of stuff. Yeah, I hate women and victims of sexual crimes.
Let me clarify for the idiots out there what that means. Oh, hey, Nerd Wonders, good to see you.
Don't even get me started on the re-conversation. God damn. Jesus.
When we say respecting women, that was a meme, right? The meme is that you have these gentlemen, and I'm using that term very loosely. Very loosely. You have these gentlemen out there who say, you should respect women. You should believe everything they say. Don't go against, don't go against what they say because they're always telling the truth. Because you just need to believe them because I want to get laid. I mean, that's literally. You know when I hear that, you know what I hear? Please give me the pussy. And 9 times out of 10. That's why we literally have the term reset the clock. I mean, yeah, it came from kaiju movie, Pacific Rim, the whole reset the clock meme. But that's why we say reset the clock, because every one of these people, right, have done this. Just about every one of these people who claim that they respect women and that you should believe the women and they absolutely always fucking tell the truth are goddamn fucking sexual harassers and in some case fucking pedophiles and bullshit like that. So excuse me that we make fun of these people.
And
excuse me.
and like we talked about in the stream that was actually about him specifically and the whole thing, I use it without reserve because I have dealt with the very type. The very creepy vibe of, I'm the nice guy and I would never. And then they slip shit in your drink, people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just saying.
Yeah, like I said, excuse us if when 9 times out of 10, the people who say that's why we say respect to women, because it's not making fun of the women. It has nothing to
do with the actual women. It has to do with the dudes.
I mean, like, I can tell you right now, 9 times out of 10, when something comes out about somebody who's done something, who has gone out of their way to do, like I said earlier, you need to believe women, you need to respect women and blah, 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 and then find out they don't, I literally go to my friends on Discord and it says, ladies and gentlemen, I hate to inform you, but we have somebody else who respects women.
One thing through all of this, to point out, I was gonna do this at the beginning before we even started digging in this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
For people that follow me or don't follow me, whatever my followers say on their personal Twitters or whatever they decide to jump into my threads and say, it's not coming from me. It's coming from them.
Mm-hmm.
If I agree with them, then I will make it be known.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't, I'm usually face palming behind the screen going, oh my God, why on my thread, man? Like,
Right.
but
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's a lot of things that I mean, will show that she's suggesting based on my followers alone, or people I didn't even know that started going in the threads.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get to that. But my normal followers that really pay attention to my stuff, they know my lingo and the way I use it.
Mm-hmm.
They know the way I use re and where I got re from and why I re, and and they know why I do the woman, and they know that, you know, I'm not mean. I'm snarky.
Right.
But I am not, like, I won't purposely make fun of a disabled person because they're disabled. I won't purposely misgender somebody. I'll probably accidentally if I just don't know.
Yeah.
Because on first glance, I'm either going by your screen name or your picture. So pardon me in advance, but
yeah, excuse me.
I won't do it to be mean. Yeah.
Just for me, just excuse me for someone who's played World of Warcraft for, you know, about 10 years. That I just assume you're a guy until told otherwise. You know, that's just the way I am. That's the way I was brought up. You know, it's like, I mean, the whole, what is the term? You know, girl, GIRL, guy in real life. You know, so
yeah.
I mean, and the whole re thing, when I notice it, mostly you're reading about yourself.
Yeah.
Like you've done something re-worthy kind of thing. You know,
yeah. And Nerd is reading it up. Nerd got trapped in the thread that went from why I'm ableist because I wrote why the thought of other women existing makes me pee my pants, and that's what re means. Yes, somebody said that.
Wow, dude.
That turned into I'm ableist.
I might have to. I gotta say, I got to like play cab tonight too. It's like, oh man, what the hell?
Right, cab's missing out.
Yeah.
Yes, said that I like. There was a bunch of people going in there going, she's a chick, and the person's like, I don't care, still, and I'm like, yes.
If it could not be clearly,
my own existence makes me pee my pants. I'm just constantly peeing.
It's just like.
Every time shit,
Piper,
I've got ovaries.
Piper,
I don't know.
Piper wakes up in the morning and just begins urinating and doesn't stop until she goes to bed.
They took it from that to, you know, it turned into a conversation. Well, this is when I picked up re and what I use it for specifically. That turned into, no, you're just ableist. That turned into a conversation about Spurg that I wasn't in because I was just not interested and it was everybody else talking. But then it turned into a huge conversation about traps. or not traps, but using the term traps. Yes. This is all split off from my joke about Gale turned into that in one thread. And it is still going as I say this. That's a bit off topic, but SJW's on a roller coaster be like, God damn it.
Okay. You know what?
That was funny.
You know what? Hold on.
The re thread is their favorite.
I just pulled up Urban Dictionary.
Oh, shit.
Trap. The term trap is used usually towards people who at first appear to be cute girls, but are actually boys who have more feminine side, whether being homosexual or not.
Yeah. That's what I...
And that links to the meme, traps are gay, where men argue being intimate with or liking a trap is gay. Okay. A trap, people, the ones who are idiots, our listeners are not idiots. They're well-educated people. I know this.
Are cute cross-dressers. Was
Basically.
my it was my understanding. But apparently it's transphobic because trans decided it was referring to them in a negative way. And I had a crap ton of trans people both saying, you know, they were both, I guess, backing me up on the no, she uses it right. I don't even know
Mm-hmm.
why it started or why it even turned into that,
So
but
I thought trap was generally used as a compliment because it indicates a person is a trap. Yeah, it basically it's like I've heard the term that's a cute trap because the person will know okay that they know that that's a guy, right? And so they'll call them a cute trap because they know.
because their wiener doesn't know.
Yeah, they have a moment of confusion, and then
But yeah, so I had like a whole bunch of, and I figured out because I was like, okay, why am I just all of a sudden being called all sorts of names by a whole bunch of trans people?
mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what the hell did I do to them? I don't do shit to them.
Exactly.
And finally, I realized that Ren had jumped out of the thread where I knew what bullshit she was saying about me, and was randomly quote tweeting and tweeting stuff. So she had tweeted that I'm transphobic and called people traps because I have trap friends, which what I was saying was, or I have trans friends. What I was saying was, this thread right here is the first time of me hearing it's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also the first time of me hearing God damn it, nerd. First time of me hearing that it even pertained to the actual trans community and wasn't more about like looks, you know?
Right.
Now I thought that was all interchangeable. Like, you know, you can have trans people, and cross dressers.
There are some,
and you know, all of them identify because they're all identifying as it. This went way off base. It's just one of those Ren trying to do a gotcha and filling my mentions with another stupid thread. Yep. There was actually some really polite people in there that actually, you know, told me a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah. I mean, they jumped in there and they were trans too. I mean, they jumped in there and they were like, well, it's a slur to me. And, you know, I'm like, as long as you're saying don't use it with me, that's fine. Mm-hmm. I won't use it with you. Thanks for the heads up.
I have to know what Jay is confused about.
But don't tell me I can't use it with my friends that use it on themselves and tell me I, like, you know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's people I follow on Twitter that are, I guess you could say it, they're more friends of friends and stuff. Like, like for example, what was her name? Lilith Lovett on Twitter.
Oh yeah. I mean,
she's a transgender, but she'll call herself a trap all day long.
Yeah.
You know,
that's why I flat out was like, well, this is the first I'm hearing with this, and Ren turned that in there. This just in, she can say transphobic slurs to people because because she supposedly has friends that let her, and I'm like, they're in the feed now, so I'm not making them up. Well, the ones I know in person aren't in the feed.
Right.
They're on my Facebook.
All right. Yeah. But you know, that gets back to the point. You know, let's try steer it back around here.
Let's go back to the original.
Yeah, this all started because of the Gale thing. So yeah, I'm trying to go this in somewhat sequential order. I know it's tough, but so you know, we got the situation where we have 3 tweets that we could find. More than likely, there are more. Unfortunately, I don't know if they got archived.
Oh yeah, is that on the screen? Because I'm still looking at. You mean the guy I've never heard of?
Yeah, it's coming up. You know how it is.
Oh, okay.
Delay and stuff
I wasn't sure.
Yeah. So I went back to Gale's tweets. This is okay. By the way, new listeners. This was established last week. I have a hard time pronouncing Esquivel consistently, so I will call him other Spanish names. It's no disrespect. It's just if I say a random Spanish name, then I'm talking about Eric Esquivel. You see, I had to.
See, that's why I just call him Eric, because I don't. I don't like butchering names.
I like calling him Javier Escuela.
Then I get confused.
Or
but...
Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
Or Emilio Estevez.
God damn it. At least give him Eric. I stand on that. I do highly suggest watching listening to, watching, because there's pictures. Watching the previous stream before this that is about Eric.
Yeah, it was.
If you want to know how I actually feel about victims, yeah, you can go in there and see how much I supposedly hate them or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I even gave him the benefit of the doubt, even though I never liked him.
Yeah, I love how you're teasing us with them tweets. But yeah, these are okay. The reason why I'm showing this tweet is because I have a real problem when somebody says, "You mean that guy I never heard of till 3 days ago that I immediately spoke out against? Pull your head out, puppet. The people pulling your strings are idiots and liars." Well, what is this, Gail? From as early as 2010, you knew who Eric Esquivel was.
Yeah, it wasn't her saying I'm not friends with him. It was her saying she never heard of him.
Yeah, until 2 days ago. Guys, people are listening. I don't know how time travel works. I'm pretty sure that if we ever do have a time machine, that you'd have to be relative in your time of knowing somebody, but you can't say until 2 days ago and then have 3 different instances that could be found. Of such. Now, there's another thing. They have said many times that the comic book industry is very insular, that everybody knows everybody. That's the meme, right? That's what they always preach.
Yeah, I have some tweets of them.
Yeah, which I will get to. I got those ready.
Yeah, they're a close-knit family, according to them.
Okay. I'm going to say something very controversial. The comic book industry is a business. Quit treating it like it's a family.
But if you're going to say it's a family, I mean...
I'm just saying, if they treated it like a fucking business instead of treating it like it's a sorority or a fraternity or whatever, maybe it would be in better shape.
Yeah.
Maybe. Just saying.
Maybe.
That's just my personal gripe on that one. But yeah, so we got a situation. So let's read these tweets. So the first one from June 7, 2010. She says to Eric Esquivel, would they menstruate at all? I don't even know what that is talking about.
That doesn't seem like a conversation you would have with somebody that's
unknown to you. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Now,
at least a little bit.
And I'll get to this in a minute.
I don't know.
And I'll get to this in a minute too. Okay. You're going to like this. That makes me want to go. She meant go. Makes me want to go buy a ton of action figures for Toys for Tots. Too late for Christmas. We'll look for options. Okay. That's from December of 2012. That's Christmas Day. Oh, yeah. Merry Christmas. This is from August of 20. Oh, God. August never ends. August never ends, Piper. It doesn't stop. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what happened in August of 2014.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. That's ironic that's, yeah. Especially what we're going to mention in a minute. Okay. She asks, as a creative professional, do you feel nervous about critiquing other folks public folks work in a public platform? I bought a ticket. See, I don't. Okay. What does that mean? Now, here's the key. Here's the key to all this, lads and lasses who are watching right now. These are responses.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Here's the thing, too. These are over, they might be one-off tweets, but they're over the span of years, plural.
And like I said,
I'm pretty sure you're not going to forget
that
who somebody in your industry is.
to people, to Eric. These are responses to him. So that means she was probably following him. At the very least, he tagged her into something.
Yeah.
And she responded. Now, I'm not going to say that, you should remember everything, every interaction you ever had, right? But when the name comes up, especially, let me see if I can find this one. Forgive me, I'm going to boomer for a second. Here it is.
There's
Especially
so many
when
freaking screenshots.
I found the screenshot from Sci-Fi Wire that you provided for me, where it says, the New York Times broke the news that the comic will feature work by industry juggernauts. Gail Simone, Tony Daniel, Yannick Paquette, Eric M. Esquivel, Jorge Jimenez, and Mike Allred.
Yeah, but she don't remember him.
Yeah.
Of course, what she said is she never heard of him.
Yep. This was in May of this year. Another comic book publishing company is reaching out to help the people of Puerto Rico. DC Comics and Eduardo Miranda Rodriguez, Nord-based studio, Somas
And you're
Arts
good at
LLC.
that. I suck at that.
Well, you've been away from the South too long. That's why.
Yeah.
Announced that they are teaming up to publish an anthology titled Reconstruction, Reminiscing and Rebuilding Puerto Rico. So she's collaborating with somebody she doesn't know. That she doesn't know 6 months later.
She never heard of.
Never heard of him. Didn't know who he was. I don't know this guy.
I never heard of this guy that I'm in a book with.
Did you ever you ever seen the movie Nutty Professor? The one with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Where he's a fat guy. Now, there was a part in the movie he says, "Y'all know me," and his dad says, "I don't know that fool." I mean, that's Gail right now. She's literally saying, yeah. "I don't know that fool."
I think it's pathological, to be honest. I'm not sure.
It's CYA is what it is. It's CYA. You don't want to look like you were actually Look, okay. I'm gonna say this: if you were friendly to him in the past, so be it. Just say you didn't know.
Yeah, I know. It's like, and then they do something shitty. Well, you don't control the people.
Yeah.
It's more suspicious when you just wipe everything about it. Like,
yeah. Just own it. Just say, okay, yeah, I knew him. He seemed like a nice guy. These allegations are very, very troubling, and I'm just not going to associate with him anymore, kind of thing. But yes, I have interacted with him in the past. I'm not saying they were like best buddies going and hanging out and having picnics and shit like that. But
that was one that they kept trying to say that I said.
Yeah, but she did know him. She did know him. Let's not pretend like she didn't know him, guys.
Yeah.
This is, if that was your claim, then you fucked up. Now, yes, I think, we I would say we would say that no, she was not defending him.
Yeah. That was the wrong word. It was more,
mm-hmm. You were saying, it was more of a silence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Well, there was still as kind of deflecting on the topic even and lying. Yeah.
Well, one of the things that
it wasn't flat out defending.
Right.
That wasn't the word I needed.
Yeah. Well, she came out in the thread to the person who had been, assaulted by, or allegedly assaulted by Esquivel, that she said that she was sorry that she had to go through that. I'll give her props for that. That's fine. But let's not. But the whole thing that I have issue with, you have issue with, I'm sure, is saying that she didn't know who he was.
Yeah, my thing. Yeah, like I said, I messed it up a little bit, but my thing still stands. My entire original joke tweet,
mm-hmm.
which got 65 whole retweets, and apparently that was a problem for Ren for
mm-hmm.
whatever reason. But that whole joke tweet was more of the hypocrisy of how she will flip her shit to get attention
Mm-hmm.
If things happen to fictional women, but be meh.
Right.
If it's a real woman and it's in her posse.
Mm-hmm. Now, what's gonna happen is they're gonna they'll probably try to clip this segment and take it out of context that her co-host, and I will correct you and say host, uh, called her out and blah blah blah, called her a liar. I was like, no, I'm not calling her a liar. I just know how it is on Twitter to say something that you didn't word correctly. I've done it before myself. I mean, hell, one of my biggest faux pas was one time I literally wrote a sentence and then wrote the exact same sentence in the same tweet, and then
Stupid no
hit
edit
send
buttons.
like a moron. I was like, damn, I'm stupid. And then the person called me out, and they had every right to. They called me out on it because we were having a, let's say, spirited discussion. We were talking about net neutrality and things like that. I had my feelings on it, and I guess because what it was, I was thinking about something, and I wrote the original thing, and then I wrote it again, not thinking that I already, wrote it. And so I fucked up, and then they called me on it. And I was like, yeah, you got it right to call me on that one. I was dumbass for that one. Should have been paying attention to what I was doing. So, but yeah. So yeah, let's. So now I've established so far. Gail's a liar.
My thing is when I was responding to the accusations or whatever, what I said was I was trying to summarize what was floating on my feed that inspired the original tweet.
Right.
And so, that's why I was saying that. I was, saying I'm not trying to flat out say anything. I was trying to summarize what was all over my feed.
Yeah, because the person said the person did want a summary. That's true.
Yeah. And like I said, later on, that one person I'm talking to, the only time where I say the word defended at all, I do later say to get the actual information to Google it. But
yeah, because you said the person says, "Give me the full context. I want to get angry." And your context, I mean, looking into the realm of context, says she's defending the guy behind Border Town. That was your context. Like I said, I would have said keeping silent, but that's just me.
Yeah. Well, that's honestly probably what I should have put. Granted, I still take that as a defense compared to what she does about fictional women.
Right.
And how she freaks out about anything else. But it's still probably a harsher word than I should have used. And that's not even the person. There was a spider person I was talking to. I just can't remember who they were. It's very right. It's hard to do this when people aren't reading the tone you're using, because I'm not speaking. That's why I wanted to do a stream. And it's still 280 characters. Yeah. I don't want to spend 500 tweets going, oh, well, this tweet was inspired by this tweet and this tweet and this tweet and this tweet. I was just trying to be fast. It wasn't the SJW Spider-Man. It was a very neutral person. It's in there, but the in-depth conversation went more towards the actual, accusations, and we were talking more about Eric and the accusations than Gail.
Yeah.
From there.
See, but that was the point I was trying to make, was that, Gail's a liar. Her defense of herself.
My point with my joke was Gail's a hypocrite.
Well, yeah, my point is that she's a liar.
The end. Yeah, I know.
So, yeah. We both have 2 points. And, of course, she apparently likes harassment because, she tweets things like this. And this was just 2 weeks ago. So, yeah. It's funny how that works, isn't it?
Yeah. What's funny is that popped in my feed right before, or shortly before Ren did. What I also think is funny is as soon as my feed is then trickling in a whole bunch of, all of them are scrubbing their social media of any interaction with him. Gail's deleting tweets. All of this shit starts going on. And then boom, all of a sudden, Ren has a problem with my stuff. And has a prove it. I'm like, wasn't that convenient?
Well, and like I said, this was one of them situations I really didn't want to deal with because I didn't want to give that person the time of day. My feelings on that, but
That were my feelings. And actually, this entire thing, I was I was slightly amused, mildly annoyed for a while. And was just kind of, having fun, poking fun of the idiot saying really stupid, baseless shit to me and about me.
mm-hmm.
And then there was one, she took it a little too far. And so I went from ha 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 to I got a little pissed.
Yeah.
Which is hard to do, but I got a little pissed.
So let's look at some of the things that were said. Let's see if I can find okay, wait, that's some of the stuff that was posted about Kiwi Farms. We can get to that in a minute.
Yeah, that was given to me, and I was like, well,
yeah.
It's more in depth about things.
Oh, look at this! Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. How you've actually talked to Gail Simone.
Oh yeah.
In DMs before.
Yeah. So, do we want the story of why it was Gail I was picking on? I mean, besides what her being known for shit.
Sure.
Okay, these DMs are actually after the first time Gail was apparently short on the attention. Gail was constantly rude to me, no matter how politely I was trying to be in conversations with her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was freaking following her. She was saying things and having conversations, and I was throwing my 2 cents in. But every time I did, she was pretty mean. Well, there was one time she said something, the bathroom stuff and bathroom laws and this and that were going on.
Okay.
And, she was saying, just let them go in whatever bathroom they want. What I was trying to say, or what I said to her was, there's gender-neutral bathrooms that are the family bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we just make gender-neutral bathroom options required?
Yeah.
In all public places. My other follow-up tweet was, or just kind of, make bathrooms gender-neutral, but give an option for anybody that feels uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
The other way around. She took the first tweet, and I think she took the first tweet and put on top of it, wow, so we're going to single them out and not treat them like humans. Isn't that great? Something like that. Yeah, I was actually trying to be in the conversation. We were still mutual followers at that point. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what the fuck? So immediately, which is kind of discussed here, my Twitter is full of all of her people, and that's a lot of people, being as nasty as possible to me. When I was trying to just give an alternative and, put my 2 cents in there because she was having a conversation about the topic. And I had to keep going. She took me out of context over and over and over again. Read the second tweet. Granted, as soon as the people would read the, second tweet, they would apologize for being nasty.
Right.
But my feed was full of it for days because, she's got a lot of followers. And man, some of them can be really nasty before they decide to read the... So that's what this conversation is about. She apologized for this one.
Which I got that on the screen, the DM that you...
Yeah. She apologized. She still disagrees that, a gender-neutral bathroom or a non-gender-neutral bathroom alternative, one or the other, she disagrees with that idea.
Well, the thing is, it's like, I think what you were arguing is, it's not it points out XYZ, it's pointing out whatever. Like, anybody can use this bathroom.
Yeah.
I think that was your point. My whole point has always been
she said that I was trying to make it to where oh, they would have to single themselves out and then everybody would know that, they were trans. And I'm like,
No.
there's already gender neutral bathrooms.
Yeah.
Just make more.
Yeah. or like, something I advocate for, this is personally. You have 2 bathrooms in a place, right? Put a lock on them.
Yeah.
Person locks the door behind them. Who gives a shit what they're doing behind the door?
Well, yeah, see, and that's those are usually kind of gender neutral-ish too. But yeah, those are for the locked bathrooms, the one-person bathrooms. Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I was more for places that have like
I know what you're talking
the
about.
lines of stalls and stuff.
You like
I was like, well,
Walmarts,
give people an
Targets.
option, and then nobody can bitch. Like nobody can bitch if you give options instead of it's just this way or this way.
Your Walmarts, your Targets, your things like that.
Yeah. But she did not like that. And like I said, she purposely quoted me. And one of the things she kept doing, which she did to me the second time, was while I was sitting there defending myself and going, I don't know why Gail decided to do what she did or say what the hell she said. Because, I tweeted, like, this is a 2-part tweet. It's very clear it's a 2-part tweet.
Yeah.
And I had to keep saying that over and over again. She was starting to quote tweet me my replies and going, wow, how starved for attention are you?
Wow.
And crap like that. And I'm like, dude, I just wanted to answer a question, talk to you. Holy shit. I was a fan.
You were trying to give you're trying to give an alternative to what was being talked about.
Yeah, I was just trying to put my 2 cents in, and this is what I think about the bathroom situation, that this could be an easy option that nobody should be able to bitch about too much. And that made me a horrible, awful person that hates trans people, apparently.
So yeah, let's I'm going to read this. Try to go through this pretty quickly. She responded to you, but I like how she came. When she responded to you, she was still trying to be snarky.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Listen, I think we have a misunderstanding. I retweeted your first tweet and disagreed with it. I didn't call you names. I just disagreed. Did she call you names?
No. It was later when she called me attention starved and stuff like that. In the first one, it was just her saying that I was talking about trans people as if they weren't humans. She quoted it out of context and then went, what did I say? It was there's dry. Or we could just let them use normal bathrooms like humans, or not isolate them like humans, or like whatever. Yeah.
Well, so let's continue. I did not continue to retweet because I was getting many other tweets. I retweeted your second tweet on your request. Then it seemed you were still upset, so I deleted all of them and my tweets to you unless I missed any. So I don't know what it is you want specifically. See, once again, I love this. Yeah. She fucked you up.
Yeah.
And you're
she fucked up my mentions. What do you want?
And it's your and you're the one to get you're getting blamed for it.
Yeah.
Okay. I do not agree with your tweet. I never thought you were being homophobic. People can disagree. It certainly doesn't mean you weren't allowed to be in the conversation. Well, apparently you weren't because the way you were treated.
My answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can disagree with people you otherwise like. It was the constant tweeting about it like I was trying to silence you that was bugging me. I didn't ignore your second tweet on purpose. It was it's an upsetting evening and a lot was happening. What was so upsetting about the evening?
I don't know. The fact that bathroom law controversy was a thing at the time, I guess.
I reckon. I don't know.
Because that was the only thing on her feed.
I apologize that made you seem misrepresented. I tried to fix it by retweeting the requested tweet, and when that didn't help, deleting the whole thing. So I am sorry that the tweet that would have put it in a different context, but one I still disagree with. Fair.
Yeah, she still had to put that she disagreed with it, but
yeah, fair. I like she says fair. I was like, no, it's not fair. How about you just
snarky
straight up
and rude? But I was already like, I guess this is the best I'm gonna get.
How about just be fucking, responsible for the bullshit you just did, and just say, hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to read your responses. Yes, I was just trying to explain that you added text, that with your added text, people were filling my mentions with hate and accusations. I also said my idea was already flawed and was unsure what they would still disagree with me on. I later learned that you hadn't seen the second part, which explains a lot of that. So I was mostly freaking out over the tons of hateful tweets in reply to the first RT. At first, you probably got spammed with a lot of people replying to me, trying to explain a few things. So your mentions probably got crazy too. I didn't consider who was tagged at first and just frantically replied. And then I got frustrated and was wanted the whole thing taken down because people were still not reading them together, and my mentions were still filling with rudeness due to a misunderstanding. I was definitely frustrated at that point, probably not being my nicest. And she says, this shit happens when posts are flying. No hard feelings on this end. I missed a post. If I missed a post, let me know. Deal? I like that. Like,
yeah,
no hard feelings
keep
for
her into that deal.
No hard feelings for fucking shit up for you, fam.
Yeah, and she didn't keep that deal either. Just saying.
I like that. No hard feelings, fam-a-lam. Sorry, I fucked your mentions up and called you misrepresented.
And you actually did something about it. I'll forgive you.
yeah. I forgive you for God. Okay, let's see. I wasn't trying to imply you were silencing. It was just that it was easy to call someone out without knowing the whole story. It makes people wary of joining discussions because when calling out happens on Twitter, everyone then targets the person, and it was a mess. My mentions have calmed down now, so I think it's all good. If something is still, no one is hating on me for it right now. Haha. No hard feelings here. It was mashing me. Oh, mashing? I guess you meant making. Making me sad, thinking I was making you mad, trying to figure out and end this mess. Yeah, you said making. Okay.
Yeah, at this point, I'm still a fucking fan, even though
you were trying.
She's been nothing but mean. Yeah, she was nothing but mean to me before this happened. Mm-hmm. And yeah, a bigger one happened after. Mm-hmm. That she decided she wasn't sorry for. So she didn't keep her deal of her not doing that shit. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
If at first
and the other one is actually worse. The second one was actually worse. But I don't know if there's still any tweets left alive from it.
Yeah, probably take some digging, but
yeah. The gist of it is she was complaining about the Killing Joke because they had just announced that they were doing the cartoon or going to do an animation. Uh-huh. And so she was flipping her shit about the Killing Joke. And I made the mistake of telling her my favorite character was Oracle.
So your favorite character,
or my favorite version of Barbara, not my favorite character, but my favorite version of Barbara is Oracle. That's the short version. And the long version is I told her exactly why, and it does have to do with the being a survivor of some shit, and identifying with Oracle and liking that Oracle was having those struggles and this and that, and the Killing Joke was what led to that. So the Killing Joke became an important book to me, and out of that whole long thing that I was telling her, I can't remember what it was, but she quoted me out of context and said something nasty, quoted another one and said that I obviously don't read comic books.
I like how that's their go-to.
Yeah.
That happens a lot.
And it was because I said that Barbara up to that point was a boring character to me. She didn't grab my attention. When it came to Batman, it was more the villains and Batman that was catching my attention there.
Barbara Gordon as Batgirl was just like, oh, it's just Batgirl, whatever.
Yeah, and I put it as, to me, in my eyes, Barbara Gordon as Batgirl at that point registered as a girl Robin. Like,
yeah, this is another sidekick.
Another sidekick. Oracle had depth and was interesting. And yeah, she quote tweeted that one, said, I obviously don't actually read comics, and I can't remember what pros she had jump on that one, but she actually had a couple of other, of her buddies Like,
Mm-hmm.
I just can't remember which ones at this point. I probably have them blocked. Jump on that one too, and call me all sorts of shit. And that one was when I actually went and blocked Gail.
Uh-huh.
And at some point, because I don't like blocking people,
You unblocked.
so at some point I was like, I got over being salty about it and unblocked and found out I was blocked, so it didn't matter.
Oh, okay. Block me, will you?
Yeah.
I'll show you.
But that is another thing of what I was trying to tell people. The reason I made that joke about Gail specifically is because she does not give a shit about real life survivors or victims. She doesn't give two fucking shits.
Unless it furthers her own.
Yeah, because she cut that part out of my whole why I like Oracle better and basically put that I liked Batgirl getting raped or some shit. It was how she was like trying to put it.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
But you were saying
I liked that. I enjoyed that happening to Batgirl because it resulted in Oracle, which is not at all what I was saying.
What you were saying is, if I'm understanding, you enjoyed it because not because of what happened to her, is what her response was after the fact, that she overcame adversity and made herself.
Yeah, Seth was there. I can't remember who else was freaking saying it, but he was in there second. Yeah. But yeah, I like Oracle, and I love the Killing Joke, not for some weird morbid reason, but because.
And by the way,
the story, the story itself, and because that is what Barbara had to work with.
And I'm going to say something that some people might not like. And some people, I mean them. Barbara didn't get raped in that story.
I actually posted pictures to prove that too.
Yeah, the Joker,
I was like, I have multiple different kinds of copies of this.
Yeah, the Joker did what he did to. He didn't give a shit about Barbara. He wasn't, it wasn't sexual or nothing like that. The reason he took her clothes off and took those pictures was to get at Jim.
Yeah.
The commissioner.
He wanted Jim to go nuts, which she did say was a women in refrigerator moment. And I'm like, I don't know. It worked out. It changed her character into something relatable and something with a lot more depth and interesting.
You're talking about somebody who went from, I would say, a B level, like wasn't even on a team kind of thing, just kind of did her own thing.
Yeah.
To somebody who was elevated to a member of the Justice League.
Yeah.
I mean, she handled logistics for the Justice League. That's not no small task.
And I like the title of Oracle better than Batgirl too, because Batgirl just says, "I'm female Robin. I'm in a Batman suit and I'm a chick." That's what that says. Oracle was cool. It's a cool fucking name.
Yeah.
I liked Oracle, and I love the Killing Joke for how it went down. It also showed just how fucked up Joker was.
Right. It showed the extremes that he was willing to go to fuck with people.
Yeah. And it gave him his little story kind of, about, So I liked that too. Yeah.
I mean, remember the whole, like the whole thing with like, people will talk about like, well, think about, what was it? The cover situation from last year.
Change the cover. Yeah.
Change the cover.
One of my tweets is in an article somewhere about it.
Yeah. But the whole, like that whole thing was like why she, she was in morbid fear. It wasn't because she got sexually assaulted. It was, well, I guess if somebody undresses you, that's a sexual assault. But he didn't rape her, Yeah,
it was not rape, but that was definitely. I mean, you're completely vulnerable, and you're shot in the spine, so you don't know if you're gonna live or die. And this scary person that shot you is taking pictures of you naked. Like, that's fucked up.
Yeah. And that was the whole point. It was fucked up. And the whole, like, the whole cover issue was like showing her morbid fear of him, which is very understandable considering that not only did he take away her ability to, move.
Yeah.
He also took away her ability to fight back at that point, at that moment.
Yeah. That's as scary as it gets right there.
Yeah, exactly. So that was,
and I think it's a very important. The reason that cover I think was appropriate
Mm-hmm.
is because that was a very big thing for Barbara's character, a
Yep.
huge thing for Barbara's character, but it was also a pretty big deal for Joker's character.
Yeah.
So that fit for Joker's anniversary.
Mm-hmm. It was a huge deal because it was showing how depraved he would be willing to go to
Plus,
get
I mean, he
somebody.
has that whole dealio about all it takes is one bad day, and he is
Yeah.
trying to make the baddest day he can possibly come up with. I mean, it gives you some insight into Joker's motivation outside of, haha, this is just fun to fuck with people.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that book is a big deal to me because it's very important for Barbara's character and Joker's character.
Yeah.
And yeah, it turned Barbara's character into one I like, which apparently Gail hates hearing.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and this all because
That is my history with Gail. So that is why I said I picked on Gail specifically,
mm-hmm.
because her hypocrisy has affected me personally a few times. Like,
Right. Exactly.
I'm fucking with her back. Big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go.
So let's go. Let's talk about
We got so many pictures.
Let's talk about the Rat Queen.
Yeah.
Because she is, I mean, it's straight up what you call it. But here's let's before we go to the Rat Queen, let's talk about this situation. This is what I was talking about from this Pi Guerra.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that was part of my motivation for, like I said, defending was the wrong word.
Mm-hmm.
But it was my motivation for my summary was part of this stuff and admitting constantly using the whole close-knit family thing.
Yeah. The comics industry is small, and as a result has become a very tight-knit community.
Yeah.
We all know everyone by a couple of degrees. We talk to each other. We share creating tips, help on deadlines, give advice, suggest contacts. We mentor. We warn each other of bad apples.
Except one, and they don't apparently know. Nobody knows them now.
Which is why I can't help but laugh at these gators. They think they know us, that we buy their bullshit theories about diversity in sales, that the editors we drink with after shows will buy it to. That the editors we drink with after shows will buy it too. Let's see.
Yeah, I didn't understand that part.
They've all had dinners with those editors you like to think of as, quote, fake geek girls. They've all had their necks saved by those people who want to blame your lack of work on. It's not them, asshole. It's you. You're alone because you suck as a person. Okay. How about I just say this? You missed a big fucking warning light.
Yeah. Wow.
Huge.
Especially when there's tons of, I forgot that picture.
Let me rephrase that. Huge, big league, huge
big
and
league.
Big league. you missed a huge big league warning sign about, quote, one of your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In your close-knit family or tight-knit
family. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. Let's see if I got the. Okay, apparently I quoted that twice. Okay, yeah, here we go. Okay, this needs to be said. The comics industry is unlike any other arts-related industry out there. It's not like book publishing or fashion or advertising. It doesn't have those solid walls of separation, management, artists, and consumers. It should.
Apparently.
It really should. Why are you going out drinking with your editor? Why are you doing that? What's going on there, big guy? Girl, whatever. What's going on? Why we have to? Why are we having to finesse shit to keep our fucking jobs, right? Why do we got to get the editor sloshed to keep our jobs?
Yeah. I will say this: some jobs are like that. But if you're gonna go gung ho and say that your job is like that, you don't get to change your mind later, and be like, "No, we don't know that guy."
And here's a tweet where somebody quoted them, or used their screenshots, and it says, "Remember, I pointed out at the time when Figueroa was bragging about how close knit the industry was, that it means that there are no secrets. So the "we didn't know" excuse is not going to fly when it comes to Esquivel being a serial harasser, abuser, and potential racist. And her response was, "Let me get this square. You think that because we warn each other of bad apples, we're to blame for the serial abusers being employed, especially ones we've only just heard about a day ago? Way to go off the book there." Okay.
So in a close-knit family, nobody has heard of this guy that has been on multiple books.
The comics industry is small, and as a result has become a very tight-knit community.
Protecting, that's the goddamn word I wanted.
Protecting, yeah.
Not defending, fucking protecting. That was the goddamn word I wanted.
Yeah.
Fuck. There you go, Ren. That's the word I wanted. Protecting.
Yeah.
Not defending, protecting. That's the only fuck up in my entire thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, that's
So yeah.
That's literally saying what I said earlier. I don't know about that one, Chief.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All of them wiped. All of them quickly went from weird tight-knit family to
we don't know this person.
We don't know this person.
We just heard about this.
Multiple
we don't know nothing
folks
about it.
Working here for a while.
We don't know about any of
Who's
this.
been on me?
Yeah, we don't know nothing. Didn't do nothing. We don't know nothing about it. Oh, fuck me. That's just...
Oh, hold up. Apparently, Megs knew about the rumors of sexual assault enough to ask about it when she started working with Eric. Wow!
My
that was
friend,
the weirdest wow ever.
Granted,
Granted, that's just somebody in the chat saying that.
Yeah,
I would need some receipts.
Right, I need a receipt on that, buddy. I would love to see that because holy fuck. Because if one thing I've learned from all of this bullshit that's been going on, Mags Saggio does not keep her mouth shut.
Yeah.
So if she knew about this shit,
yeah,
so, that tells me a lot. The fact that there were rumors already, so I can see.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Is I saw people saying there were rumors before she came out.
Okay, seriously, guys, I'm not trying to be funny. If you can get it to me, my ad is at Optimus Deadpool. I'll be glad to take a look at it. I'll put it up on here, just so everybody can see it. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I don't. I'm not denying that it happened or didn't happen. I'm not saying that. I just said, just give it so I can show it. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Catch it fast. I'm already blocked. That's another funny.
Yeah,
story.
I'm blocked by her too. I'm blocked because I did the mortal sin of following your boy.
I've had multiple streams where I told my stories about my interactions with Mags.
Yeah.
Especially before she was.
I will say, wait a minute. Let me take that back.
Mags.
Let me take it back about Mags. I earned that block because I called her out on her bullshit. Because she was talking about wanting to be like in a socialist utopia, but she's writing about like toys in comic books, which she was writing Transformers at the time. I was like, you don't have to fucking write for one. What the fuck you doing? Nobody told you had to write that book. I'm blocked and suspended.
Yeah.
I'm blocked and suspended because I used the word dummy. It's ableist. Oh my.
What? Oh shit.
Oh no.
Man, you know what? My mentions are full of people that shouldn't be on Twitter anymore. How is Ren on there?
I think her time will come.
Yeah, if anybody finds that tweet, because that is juicy, but
I really want to see it.
I still need to actually see it. Yeah, and I can't.
Right. Let me. Where are we going?
I've got people in my mentions that are giving everyone permission to use words that I was told I'm not allowed to use. That's funny. It's like as a fellow person with Asperger's, everybody is allowed to say spurg. And there's one that says, as a trap, everyone is allowed to say trap now. Like,
So the
wow.
so you've gotten permission. You got blanket permission now. Everybody's good.
Yeah. Everybody's good now, you guys.
Mhm.
I should probably screenshot that for proof, but
There were okay. Somebody said Ren is an instigator. She just likes to fight with people. Since I got an audience right now of 23 people, we appreciate you tuning in. I did a video about a situation with that hashtag SJWs don't read comics. If you get a chance, check that out. Where I basically proved that Ren was instigating that shit too. So, but it's always funny how when shit starts going sideways for the pros, that she jumps in.
yeah.
I find that hilarious. It's pretty funny. Pretty funny. Oh, and by the way, in case I didn't mention it, because the Rat Queen apparently made the accusation that.
Oh yeah. Okay. So there's multiple tweets where she says that I am a liar because since I am blocked by Gail, I can't see Gail's tweets that inspired part of my tweet.
Yeah, there are several ways, even without logging off and checking, that you can see somebody else's tweet. Sometimes a glitch happens, and you can see it when they're quote tweeted.
That's the only time that I've really seen other people's stuff.
I know
and
for
in
a
this
fact,
particular case, I thought maybe I was unblocked, so I clicked on it and didn't get to see the rest. But yeah, Ren's big gotcha that I am a complete liar about seeing stuff on my feed that inspired my tweet to begin with was that I'm blocked by Gail.
Yeah. But I can say that yes, you can absolutely see tweets sometimes. It glitches. And there's another way too. What happens is sometimes in hashtags you can see people that have you blocked.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Because I've had that situation. I'm blocked by Fail Simeon. Okay, that's funny. Guys, I wish you wouldn't like call her Fail Simeon. If you could, would you please call her a California ham beast? That would be. Gail Simone, aka Fail Samo.
Okay. I like that one. That one was good. Personally, I don't like sitting there just like trying to make fat jokes and appearance jokes unless they're trying to do it to me first, which as far as I know, Gail hasn't tried to. Yeah. But y'all can. I can't stop you.
I'm okay with that. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So there was showing that you can. Basically, that was a screenshot showing that yes, you can see tweets when you're blocked by somebody if they're quote tweeted. It happens. It's a glitch. Okay. That was that.
Yes,
sorry.
People are giving me multiple either saying that they can do it or multiple tweets showing they could do it. That one just happened to be the clearest and best one that Ren can't and it's Ren's the one that blocked her. So
okay, I want to, since she happened to quote another co-host of mine. She quoted Mulatto or Jordan, who was saying, "Curious how you would claim Piper." I can't pronounce your fucking your at.
Wait, what?
I can't pronounce your at.
Fizz giggity. Come on.
Okay. Well, you know why I can't pronounce it? Because what's it called? TeamSpeak messes it up when you enter a chat. It says Foz Giggity.
Does it really?
It really says Foz Giggity when you come in. I guess because of the Y and they're mispronouncing it.
That's neat.
So yeah, when you enter TeamSpeak, it says Foz Giggity.
I think you can go in there and change how it does its pronunciation thing, right?
Probably, but it's not my.
I think I'll fuck with it.
It's not my TeamSpeak, so I don't care.
Oh.
Anyway, so Mulatto was saying, curious how would you claim it doesn't care about victim sexual violence when the complete opposite is the actual truth? And she says, maybe because she's using another woman's sexual assault to basically attack a comic creator she has a personal feud with. and to promote a shitty Comicsgate YouTube channel. That was my first hint. Okay, first off, lady, if you're listening, this isn't a Comicsgate channel. This is a comics channel. It just so happens that dumb shit that you people do happen to get newsworthy, and I have to talk about this bullshit. So yeah.
Also, it's not my fucking YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's my YouTube channel.
So why would I do that? I should have posted my Doodle stream. At least then Ren wouldn't have been a lie. Well, my Doodle stream's not Comicsgate either. It's just a Doodle stream.
Well, you could have broke 100 subscribers in, right? Yeah.
Oh, well, shit.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll do it later. Thanks, Ren, for the idea.
Oh yeah. By the way, Ren, thank you so much for the subscribers.
Mm-hmm. So let me, because it's like I said, it's way easier to talk than type this shit. Using another woman's sexual assault to basically attack a comic creator. All right. One, did I at Gail in my joke?
Nope.
No. Did I at anybody?
Nope.
No. It was a one-off, haha, hypocrite.
Oh, and by the way, you were already blocked, so she wouldn't have seen it anyway.
Yeah. It was a haha moment. I get my haha moment after the bullshit that she tried to do to me multiple times. 2, using another woman's sexual assault. But what I was talking about was, Eric, there are multiple women that said they were creeped on by him.
Some
so I
below
was
the age of 18, I might add.
I was not using anybody's sexual assault. I was using Eric's reported behavior.
But
there is nowhere I do not mention any, and I said in there, I was like, I didn't mention any woman, any women. I mentioned his reported behavior. But no, Ren wanted to go there, and that's when she started going too far.
But yeah, I wanted to pull this one out because you sent it to me.
Oh yeah, she says I'm Comicsgate, and I'm also alt-right apparently.
Yeah. And she and her proof is Piper saying, "Keep being awesome, Gamergate. Some of the nicest and coolest folks on the internet. Happy face."
That was her proof that I am, I don't know, like some weird leader of Comicsgate or some bullshit. I have a Comicsgate army. I am Comicsgate. And alt-right. My a tweet to the Gamergate hashtag, where at that time, really sucks, is the one up above it shows exactly how shitty I was with Illustrator way back in the day.
Yeah.
I've come a long way.
Unholy Spokeable. Wait. Unholy Spokeable. Send it to @OptimusDeadpool on Twitter if you got it. I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Multiple of Ren's followers in this stuff was like, I believe Ren over anybody because she provides proof when she says shit. Your proof that I'm Comicsgate is that I posted to a Gamergate tag because at that time, and at that time, they were being really fucking nice to me. I was fucking asking questions about Gamergate.
So you were like a late comer to Gamergate. You weren't like right at the beginning.
If you want a short version of my Gamergate involvement, I had written an article about it. It's on a website that I don't know if it exists anymore or not, and it was called "Experiencing Gamergate from All Sides," because I started off as anti-Gamergate. I was an asshole. I was going off of all the shit in my feed and the articles that I was reading and all of this shit.
You thought you could trust gaming journalists, is what you were saying.
Right? Yeah. I don't know why. And so I fucking, and it was still like in August or September, but I fucking blasted the tag at one point because it was in my feed so much with a bunch of mean shit. And aside from a couple of people that put me on fucking troll list, which I was like, all right, I deserve that. The response was mostly, that's not nice, and can we talk to you? or can you chat with us? And where are you getting your information about Gamergate? Um, for the
They
mean
wanted
shit
to
I
help
said,
you. They want to help you understand like the real
where they were
situation,
coming from.
right?
And
But not coming at
so,
you nastily, just saying, "Hey, can we actually?"
yeah, that was the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Was like I said, aside from a few people like, "Oh, you're a fucking troll" and shit like that,
Mm-hmm.
uh, they were pretty cordial considering what I said on the tag to get them in my mentions in the first place.
Right.
And so I said, okay. And I don't know who the names at this point, but yeah, I ended up in this big old group like voice chat thing.
Mm-hmm.
They were very politely giving me, links to this, archives of that, explaining this and that.
And it was blowing your mind, I'm sure, at the time. You're like, "Holy
Yeah.
shit!" Yeah. Yeah.
And it definitely did. It definitely opened my eyes. And then I had decided, all right, you guys, you do you.
Mm-hmm.
I decided at that point I was Gamergate neutral.
Right.
But I had, I was making friends left and right that, yeah, happened to be hardcore Gamergate. Well, the all of the anti people that were cheering me on when I was being a bit of an asshole. As soon as I said, "All right, I'm just neutral," I love video games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want ass deep in this because this looks like a lot of shit. But I'm definitely not gonna, be an asshole anymore.
Right.
Yeah, the whole anti side, super. I ended up on so many lists from saying that I was just gonna go neutral.
Right.
So many block lists, and yeah, I was a horrible piece of shit for fucking ever. And at one point, I finally got pissed off, and I was like, "They're gonna treat me like I'm actually doing the Gamergate stuff. Fuck it,
Mm-hmm.
let's do some Gamergate stuff."
Right.
Which I kind of got into for a little bit, but it's still kind of like it's a hashtag. I'd
Thank
rather just
you.
be.
Thank you, Unholy Spork. I got the screenshot.
It's a hashtag, and I'd rather just do me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which is how I am with Comicsgate.
Right.
It's a hashtag. I'm doing me. I'm Comicsgate adjacent, whatever. But whatever I do is never to impress Comicsgate or I don't
Defame it.
tag Comicsgate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. I only did it one time. The only time I did it was really on as a joke. Like the two times I did it, it was a joke, right? I said, like when EVS like on one of his streams like followed Panda, right?
Yeah.
And I joked and I said, I did a green text and I said, Ethan Van Sciver just followed Gaming and Pandas. I says my Gamergate and Comicsgate worlds are coming, are colliding, kind of thing.
Yeah, I have I think I have tagged both of them before in saying stuff about both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
I've done some chatting where I compared them and was talking about the differences and the comparisons.
That's a show that we need to do sometime. Compare and contrast to
Yeah,
both the
see,
gates.
I did a couple of tweets where I was comparing and contrasting and this and that. But for the most part, I'm just not sitting here like for the comics gate or whatever because there
Mm-hmm.
is drama everywhere. I rather just like I said, I'd rather do me if you're comics gate, don't be an asshole.
Right.
You're not comics gate, don't be an asshole.
Right.
And you're good.
Yes, Seth. You have a good night, buddy. Sorry you couldn't make it through the whole thing. Batteries suck. Okay, so
It's not
Tamara.
Mags.
It was Tamara Bonvillain. By the way, great name for. It wasn't Mag. So we'll caveat emptor.
Mags has been pardoned.
So it was Tamara, and she says there was a separate issue raised with Eric months ago, but this was explained to me as resolvable interpersonal issues. I asked point blank if any of these issues involved abuse, and I was told they did not. One specific case, which I only heard third hand, was brought to DC. So
Yeah, they knew.
Yeah, so there was a history of people. They knew what was going on.
They knew, and after the first woman posted her blog post about it,
Yeah,
multiple women said, "Oh yeah, he's been doing that left and right."
I mean, yeah, and reports of grooming 16-year-olds or attempting to groom 16-year-old girls and things like
Yeah,
that.
all sorts of women have come forward. So
Unholy Sport.
I gave him, like I said,
I was just
in
saying I
the
appreciated her, or him, them. I'm sorry, I don't know what your pronouns are. I apologize. But yeah, I appreciate you showing me that link. That is very telling that there were situations where this shit was known. So anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, fuck, I forgot. Oh yeah, I'm supposedly alt-right too, though.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're all right. I forgot.
Yeah, they jumped in there and talked about how much I love Trump and stuff, and I'm like, okay,
Wow.
you gonna vote for me too? Like,
Right. It's like, where'd I put my campaign posters? Like, oh man. But yeah, I'm looking at Umbrella's tweet. It's like, my villain spoke about Esquivel, and this was in it. There was another case, known and explained away, according to them. Others made telling proclamations as well. This is chilling today. This is the landscape after Berganza. I could get into that too, but I think that's another stream altogether.
yeah,
Where what changed in comic culture? That's the thing. That was the big thing. They knew what was going on. This is a well-known thing. They knew there were whispers. The only problem that's the reason they didn't say anything is because, well, he sells books.
yep.
He's one of us. It's whatever. Oh, and somebody said you were the Gamergate version of Ren. No, you would.
No, yeah,
I could tell you exactly who is the Gamergate version of Ren, but I will not dignify that person with mention.
right, me neither.
You know who I'm talking about too.
Yeah, because I was friends with that person very briefly.
Oh gosh.
Really followed that person and chatted back and forth a little bit. They put me on a list. They were one of the first ones to put me on lists.
Yeah.
I tweeted the Gamergate hashtag. I tweeted a mean thing at it a whopping one time. It took one mean tweet. And then I listened to, because I was surprised that yes, I was getting tons of responses. They were not what I expected.
Mm-hmm.
And so I listened to them, and apologized a whole bunch. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm saying you really truly got red pilled is what happened.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, that person, you can say that person's behavior that we're talking about and Ren's behavior are very similar.
Yeah.
Taking tweets out of context, screenshots and all this other stuff. Very, very similar situations with that. I've said it for a long time. I said they're basically the same person. And then somebody said, you mean they're the same person? Like, no, dummy. That's not what I mean.
Basically doesn't mean
they
literally
exactly
or
the same
whatever.
person.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is I think this is just one you gave me, which makes a very good point. Let's see, I'll read it. It's like, everyone should just believe a DC comic creator in their, quote, small, tight-knit community. One, who gets rave reviews from all the major websites, perfectly aligns with Gail's politics, and 3, publicly exchanged several tweets with her a few years ago. Was unknown to Gail Simone. Really?
Yeah. Well, because that was one of the ones that was like flitting across my feed that supposedly didn't, according, like Ren was saying, because I said I was poking fun at her based on tweets in my feed. I repeatedly said, not based on just like her tweets, based on all of the shit floating, through my feed. I made that joke, but that shit didn't float in my feed that I have right now. Apparently. Yeah.
Michael Beacon, yes. That's all I'm going to say, yes. It's funny that you got that. You nailed that one. But yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So let's look at this tweet from Ren. This is a P.S. You want to believe you have evidence and tune into your crappy channel to see it. Don't immediately follow up your channel promo with a tweet begging people to send you the, quote, proof you just claim you have. Oh, no, we showed some proof. We had that. Well, I'm going to assume, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, the after tweet was basically, if anybody has more information, please send it my way.
Yeah. Well, what it was is, when my feed is now full of Ren and heard people's bullshit, it's a lot harder for me to find the feed that I was looking at when I made the joke well before this, not even today. So I was trying to see and there was another one where I was getting stuff, but I was on my phone and the text was blurry. I wanted better shots. So
Yeah,
I
understandable.
said, I had gotten some of it and I had saved it on my phone. It's just a shitty way of doing things. And I wasn't going to be home until, right before this stream. I was out and
Hmm.
about all day. So I, yeah, I was asking if anybody had uh, better screens, is what I was trying to get
Hmm.
at. But also looking through them because I have in my DMs way more screens than I gave you
Right.
because they weren't stuff that I had seen in my feed.
Right.
So I was trying to, only grab the stuff that, yes, this was one of the ones I was looking for in my feed.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Understandable. Yeah.
that's so dumb. Like it says in the first tweet, I have some.
Yeah. Some. I have some. Yeah. And,
Derp.
here's a gem from Ren. Talking about you. How have I shit on other victims? I called Piper out for flat out lying about Gail and using another woman's sexual assault to attack someone she doesn't like. Being a victim doesn't give someone free reign to abuse others. Haven't you done that before, Ren?
I was
You've
going to
claimed.
say, because this was followed by, I'm a victim too.
Yeah.
And she how, oh my God, it's so hard to unlock this. I didn't flat out lie.
Hmm.
So you're lying about another victim. That's kind of shitting on him.
Yep.
I didn't use another woman's sexual assault for anything. I used a dude's history for a thing.
Hmm.
So that's another lie, and that's kind of shitting on a person. But the main one was the one tweet that made me go from "this is amusing, I'll block her when I'm super bored" to "no, fuck you, we taking it outside" kind of thing. That's going around now and has way more retweets than her bullshit lies about me.
Hmm. And here's just a discussion. This is a screenshot from Kiwi Farms. I don't go to Kiwi Farms.
I
It
don't
doesn't.
either.
It
This
doesn't
was
interest me. This is
sent
just
to
something that was
me.
sent our way. Um, Basically saying Gail still carries some baggage from Eddie Berganza. When DC finally fired him, she quickly jumped on the bagwagon to denounce him, but she had worked with him directly for years. She knew and worked with and presumably talked with Berganza's victims for years. Eddie's behavior has been such an open secret that even Bleeding Cool had been reporting it and calling out DC for it, once again for years before DC finally acted. The great feminist champion said nothing until the cost was clear. Until the coast was clear, and there was no risk of her to her own brand. How stunning and brave. That's Gail in a nutshell.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah, the whole I just now heard of him and I
yeah,
totally am calling him out or speaking out against him.
yep.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't now protecting was no, not protecting.
Defending.
Defending was the wrong word. Protecting is the one that I needed.
Hmm.
So like I said, I'll give her that one.
It was
But
basically,
she was still fucking protecting him by not doing anything about it this entire fucking time.
it was literally until the coast was cleared that she wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah.
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 If she waited, I mean, she basically waited for his book to get canceled before
Yeah.
even mentioning to the, that, oh, I'm sorry, what happened,
Yeah.
I have seen those, a dangerous chance.
Yeah, here's the thing that made me laugh when I had people in my mentions going, "We believe Ren because she always has proof of her claims and you don't," or whatever the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Fucking really?
Yeah, let's talk about what she's done to Zach. Yeah, like
like I normally don't give a shit about his drama either, because I mean that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm a little people down here on the
Mhm.
totem pole.
Right.
So I don't care about big people drama usually.
Right.
I mean, but this was fucking to say that right after this has gone down.
Yeah.
She hasn't, like I said, she quote tweeted me out of context multiple times, and that was her proof of.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know. She kind of kept changing what she was mad about.
Let's put it this way. Just to talk about Ren and her quote proof of shit. Her proof that because our boy Zach was in Charlottesville the day that unfortunately that young woman got killed, right, by that moron.
Oh yeah.
That scum sucking pig dog that ran her over. right? And that's what he is. And he deserves everything he gets and more, right? Just because he was in the area that he apparently was there before for the whole alt-right march or whatever the fuck it was, called. Unite the Right. That's what it was. Unite the Right bullcrap. If you look at his videos from that day, which he has not taken down, he left them up. He went and bought copies of Black Panther and was going to hand it out to people, to Nazis, or to people who were claiming to be Nazis and alt-righters.
Yep.
He's basically going to go dunk on them. Like, he was going to do a real life dunking. That was it. He said, "Hey fam, you want to read some Black Panther?"
I really wish that she would get dragged into a lawsuit. I mean, they can afford to do that. I can't afford to do that, but they can afford to do that. Somebody should.
Mm-hmm. That he is a live. Well, looking, from what I said, like I said, I don't know. Like I said, I've always said you got to take what the media says with a grain of salt, but it was kind of proven that he was like extreme. I wouldn't call him alt-right, but he was definitely an extremist of some kind. And I don't know if it was, being a leftist. But anyway, the point of the fact is, it doesn't matter what he was. He ran over that girl, and he deserves everything he's going to get.
Yeah.
Mwahaha. Go forth, scumbag Charger guy. Heather is straight ahead. All this is going according to plan. Ren's headcanon for Meyer.
Just an update.
Mm-hmm.
My mentions are still filled with 500 fucking tweets about traps. You guys, knock it off. Well, the problem is it's not you guys. It's her people. And I still don't understand what that has to do with Gail or Eric or...
That was just that's when they do. They go in digging up old shit, trying to find shit on you. That's what happens, right?
They couldn't even find anything but that one fucking tweet where I was like, "You guys are nice, you guys are being nice, Gamergate," or whatever the fuck. And that means I'm all of the gates and an alt-right. I got tired of people calling me alt-right, and I was like, well, let me see. Because I don't know what I am.
Right.
And I did that weird little detailed test about,
where your lineup and everything.
Yeah.
And
I'm a fucking...
She is a left-leaning libertarian.
Mm-hmm.
That's what... And it's like it's on the high end, too. So she's not like down here like, dude, Weedlamau libertarian. Yeah.
So, super alt-righter over here.
Yeah. Super alt-right, left-leaning libertarian. That's
Yep.
And it should be mentioned that when I did mine leaned right libertarian. So just to give full disclosure. And mine was kind of like on the opposite end of yours. It's like, if you put folded the page in two, they would probably meet,
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So it's not like we're exact opposites or anything because I see, because we still had the libertarian. It's just that you align more left and I align more right. But it's whatever. Hey, guess what? Yeah. Lefties and righties can be friends, who knew?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's everybody who instantly, for some reason, it's an instant go-to.
Yeah.
One person said, "You're literally defending a self-proclaimed alt-right movement," and I was like,
"Self-proclaimed?
Where the fuck am I defending anything? For one thing, I'm like, I made a joke about Gail. I dunked on Gail because I deserve to get to dunk on Gail from time to time. God damn it, I dunked on Gail. How am I defending shit?"
I'm just rubbing my eyes because how does a hashtag proclaim anything?
Yeah, apparently this hashtag proclaimed it's a alt-right movement.
Yeah.
So I'm alt-right, even though I never used the hashtag when dunking on Gail, and dunking on Gail had nothing to do with Comicsgate. Ren made it about Comicsgate. It's just so sad. Needs the attention.
Let me tell you a quick story about the alt-right, right? Nobody gave a shit about the alt-right until Hillary Clinton said something about it. Just saying.
Wait, what?
Nobody gave a shit about what the alt-right was until Hillary Clinton said something about it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, that is what's funny is even though my political leanings are where they are, the
Mm-hmm.
current political climate, um, I'm still finding myself agreeing with plenty of people that say that they are not alt-right, but just conservative.
Mm-hmm.
Um, on plenty of topics or whatever.
Right.
And it's mostly because, well, the people that I'm supposed to be with are fucking assholes. I guess. Like they're nuts. So it actually surprised me that apparently my values and shit are left-leaning libertarian. Kind of interesting, but it is really funny when they try to call me an alt-right. I'm just like, really?
Yep.
But there's so much more.
Oh yeah. This
I
is
haven't
a,
even gotten to the tweet that set me off and made me decide, fuck you, I'm gonna fucking actually fight you instead of just block you like everybody else does.
oh yeah. Yeah. I don't think I have that one. Oh, I might. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, I got it archived.
Yeah.
Um,
I was gonna say there's so many tweets of that
I think
of
this is probably the one,
yeah, so
if I may. Okay. Remember this the next time you see a GG/CG type whining about other people's responses to something. Not only do these folks not give a flying fuck about the victims of sexual violence, but there's a good chance they flat out lying about something they know nothing about.
that's the one.
Okay.
That is right underneath the hey, look at this chick.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one where I was finally like, nah, you done fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many things wrong with that one tweet alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the reason is because the person who was responding to her was the one archived. So, unfortunately, it's not.
That's why it's not very big.
I can make it bigger.
Make it bigger.
There we go. Nice and big now.
Here's the thing, like the first one right out of the gate is, oh, it's a Gamergate and Comicgate thing.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, again, what did I tag them in?
Nothing. You didn't
Whining
even tag,
about people's.
You didn't even
Right?
hashtag it. You were doing it for your followers. It's like, hey, look at this dumb shit kind of thing. You know, like.
Yeah, and it was mostly for all my followers that saw and have, been around for my interactions with Gail.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't occur to me to tag a hashtag or even be like, I don't know, tag people even or Comicsgate, am I right? Or whatever.
Right.
Like it didn't cross my mind.
Yeah.
Whining about other people's responses to something. I'm not quite even sure what she's getting at there. But yeah, when you have your mentions full of a bunch of dumb fucks that don't know shit about you or shit about what you're saying and you're calling you a liar or saying that what you saw in your feed doesn't exist or whatever and you're a liar and all these horrible things. Yeah, that's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, these folks don't give a flying fuck about victims of sexual violence.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I never mentioned the victims of sexual violence.
Nope.
It was a dunk on Gail and Gail's handling of the Eric stuff, and a dunk on Eric.
Yep. And I do have to point out, I got to point out the tweet, the response. Anti-Gamergaters are the ones that shut down a charity for rape victims because Gamergate donated to it. This is true.
Yep.
Plus, Gamergate has over 70 rapists and pedophiles among them. You're not one to talk, hypocrite. I don't know about 70, but there were quite a few of them.
Yeah, here's the thing that will make some of Ren's other tweets make sense, and that is why it made me snap and put me on a warpath, and this stream is happening. Mm-hmm. You can hear about tiny itty bitty bits of stuff on the stream prior to this, which is about Eric. But I've been through some shit. I've talked about it when it's been relevant here and there. And I still consider writing about it in more detail. Mm-hmm. But that still seems to be a wall that I can't get over yet.
Yeah.
So I talk about bits and pieces when it's relevant.
You're basically talking about your own personal...
Yeah, my own personal stuff. So when somebody that doesn't know you at all calls you a liar to lie about you, in order to lie about you, says you don't give a flying fuck about victims of sexual violence and flat out lying about something they know nothing about, kind of ticks me off. I'd had enough. Her bullshit wasn't cute anymore. So that's where there's a tweet now where I'm like, I want y'all to see what kind of fucking person is trying to crucify me up here. She turned me into a martyr. I mean, thanks.
Yeah, and
Kinda
thanks
neat.
for the subs again, by the way.
What? Yeah, thanks for the subs, Ren. She turned me into a martyr.
Mm-hmm.
And her reaction is, oh, well, I'm a victim too. Still doesn't mean that she can say things. Ren, if that's true, you know, that sucks. But if that's true, that also means that you should know even better to be pulling this kind of shit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if I had my druthers.
Stream went dead. Stream went dead.
Stream went dead. I mean, it's still showing live for me. Is it live on your end?
Oh,
never
it's
mind.
very slow. Okay. It's just very slow on my end, visually.
Yeah. Well, it's like a 30-second delay, I believe, usually. That's, I got shitty internet, unfortunately. I'm sorry, guys. But no, I mean, if I wanted to pull up when she was, quote, right-wing.
Yeah.
And some of the shit that she was saying, come on now. 1-800, come on now.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, some vile stuff talking about drowning your baby with Down syndrome and fire hosing, gay people. And then she'll defend, why are you digging up stuff that I said years ago? I was like, okay, I'm going to put this in perspective.
Says the person that went through my thing to find something in 2014 or 2015 where I actually tagged Gamergate. Ooh.
Yeah. So let's think about this. Okay, it's got nothing to do with your right or your left. It has to do with you being a shitty person. It doesn't matter what your politics
Hypocritical piece of shit.
When you're a shitty person. What you've shown is you're willing to jump to one side or the other to continue to be a shitty person. Right? And not only that, you're running interference for people who, in the long term, don't give a shit about you. When the time comes and something comes around for you, which it will, it always has a way of coming about, they will drop you like a bad habit. You are nothing to them. All I can say to you in that situation is realize that and do something with your life. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. You're trying to garner attention to people who, in the long run, only care about you because you run interference for them. You're just like the people who in Gamergate who came to the defense of these, oh, woe is me, these poor women that have never done anything wrong. That was bullshit too. That was bullshit too. And what you're doing now is nothing but bullshit. That's my say on it. What do you think?
Damn. Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think about that, John Malin? That's good. That's good, Ethan.
Yeah, I don't know. My biggest point I'm sticking on here is, well, Ren, these aren't even all of the tweets I think that I spammed you with. There's the proof that shit was all over my feed about Eric and about the tight-knit group that Gail is a part of. Oh, there you go. I wasn't fucking lying. The only thing is, like I said, instead of defend, I meant protect. That's about it. And you're a fucking hypocrite when you're sitting there saying this victim of sexual violence doesn't give a flying fuck about victims of sexual violence or know anything about it. And I can say that to a victim of sexual violence because I'm a victim of sexual violence.
Mm-hmm.
Ren, do you know how fucking retarded that sounds? Get your head out your ass.
Oh, well, there you go. That's the end of this channel.
Why I said ass?
No, you said retarded.
Oh, shit! I meant rentarded.
That'll work too. That'll work too. Holy shit.
I didn't say the real word, guys. We got one thumbs down. That person, probably a misogynist.
Oh, look. Okay. Look, Ren, I'm sorry. That but no, let's see. Let me read the chat here. Ren is trying to re-jumpstart her failed cosplay career. Now, okay, I'm going to say something. Cosplay and career.
I mean, that makes me a career cosplayer too. Damn.
Yeah. How would you make being a cosplayer there, buddy? But no, okay, let me read this. Okay.
0.
Re-jumps her pale cosplay career. When that fails and the caterpillars above her eyes crawl away and turn into butterflies, she'll have to hope her husband doesn't hate her.
Wow.
I have never heard a conservative say those awful things as Ren said when she was part of the GOP. She was more likely a plant. Maybe a plant. I just think still a shitty human being. Because don't you find it funny that she was literally saying all the stereotypical bullshit that they accuse people in the Republican Party of being?
Yeah.
Hating gays, hating the handicap. All that. The hyperbole that gets thrown around. That she was literally all that. That's find that kind of funny.
There really are career cosplayers, but like their cosplays are good. Mm-hmm. Their cosplays are like way fucking. I cannot make cosplays like that. I don't have the money, time, professionals, whatever. Mm-hmm. And they're fucking hot. So there are career cosplayers. They get paid to be at conventions. They're pretty much like they're famous like that. Mm-hmm. And then there's everybody else that cosplays and goes to conventions.
Yeah.
And then there's some that might make money by doing not safe for work cosplaying. And that's the only money I've made off of it. And I'm not going to call that a career. I'm going to call that some side money, spending money from time to time when I'm broke. But I did volunteer cosplaying. So yeah. I don't think I could get paid for it though. A bit. But I feel like I'm cuter, so.
Like, I do hot cosplays. Where's my monies? Yeah, that's a good.
Right? I got the boobies.
I have a helmet of Optimus Prime that I wear once in a while. Does that make me a cosplayer?
Yes, apparently, from what I've seen recently, yes, that's cosplay. Yeah, you can wear anything basically and say you're anything in his cosplay now. Yeah, that one thumbs down is Ren.
She does NSFW. Oh, God, she does.
Yeah, that was information I didn't need to know.
Neostar Production says, for real. Okay, guys, don't get thirsty up in here. Let's not. I'll do NSFW cosplay $10 a month, but for $20 a month, I won't send it. That's funny. Okay, Baxter Stockman. Okay, was it Baxter Stockman fly mode or Baxter Stockman scientist? That's a very important. Unless it's cyborg. Wait, you wear a mask? You really are a human robot? All these lies. Yeah, I'm a robot. You didn't know?
I have to fix it, but the cosplay I'm known for the most is Lulu. But I also am almost done with a burlesque Poison Ivy, and I had a Deadpool that was cosplaying as Wonder Woman for a while. But I need a new mask.
Now you say Lulu, you're talking about from
Final Fantasy X. Oh. I liked her. She was hot.
Oh yeah, I like Lulu from.
She was cute. She was my favorite.
Yeah. She had good development.
Mm-hmm. But like, for years, like all my friends, not all of them, but a lot of my friends actually played the game. They would just call her Big Titty Goth Bitch. But for the longest time, I had so many people constantly saying, cosplay Lulu, cosplay Lulu. And I didn't think, like, you know, I was like, well, no, because I'm this age and I'm not, like, I'm not pretty like that and this and that. I finally got talked into it. And it has been my most popular and most requested cosplay. That is why it needs fixed, because the damn thing has, like, fallen apart at this point from taking it everywhere.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, Lulu was like, you know, one of my favorite characters in that because she was kind of snarky too, so that was cool.
Yeah, well, that's why I liked her.
And so you're saying you dress up as her in cosplay, is what you're telling me?
Yeah.
So I need to ask, where y'all going later? You remember that's the Southern thing for asking somebody out.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot, and I cosplay Mikasa from Attack on Titan.
Okay.
Yeah, but the only, like, I really love the character and stuff, but the only reason I have a cosplay for that is it is 100% like pre-made out of a package.
Mm-hmm.
It was from a company to promote them and take pictures and test out the costume and stuff.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, so I definitely didn't have any hand in making that one, and you know it looks it. So
So you did Mikasa from Attack on Titan. I'm assuming this will be a well-endowed version of Mikasa because
that was one of my problems with the costume is I didn't know what size to tell them. I told them a medium.
Mm-hmm. But do you have the glistening Mikasa abs, Piper?
And my problem with the costume that I've never gotten around to fixing because I haven't gone to any other conventions. The reason I haven't, they gave me a medium. The top is too small.
Mm-hmm.
And the pants and the buckle details that go on the pants or whatever, the harness stuff, too big. So it's very awkward when I have like all this, like, yeah, it looked bad. So I need to fix it. I mean, it was cool because like my boobs were busting out. I guess that was cool for, you know, somebody if I didn't have the scarf covering them up. But yeah, the pants and the harness looked stupid. So I wore it and kind of temporarily fixed it enough to do some pictures for the company and said I would fix it for real and haven't, because I haven't gone into any conventions since because I'm poor.
Yeah. This feel, I know it.
You know, I'm actually think it's pretty cool that there's more people in the chat that think me cosplaying that is neat and aren't sitting there calling me like weeb and shit. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So we got a wolf whistle. We don't need no cat calling in here. Okay, this is we respect.
No, wolves are so much better.
We respect women here.
No, we don't. Ew.
That's right. I forgot. We don't respect women.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you really? Ooh. No.
Oh yeah. See, you started something now. Here to go. Weeb.
Are you serious? It hasn't popped up. Oh, there it is. Yeah. There it is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm used to. Mm-hmm. I've got like a group that's like of dedicated bullies on my Twitter that are constantly just saying
the good-hearted ones, right? They're friends.
Oh no, they're my friends. They're my friends, but all they do on my Twitter is fucking put weeb and shit like that. Yeah. Weeb and dork and nerd and.
Here's the thing. I know when I'll make it is when I make a mistake during the stream and people just start, you know, putting boomer in the chat like repeatedly.
Yeah.
So, you know, I know I've officially made it then. It's like boomer.
Well, I'm excited. I got a boomer picture now. She's just not part of the rest of the boomers.
Let's put that back up since we're pretty much done.
Yeah, I don't even count as a boomer, do I?
I said you were over 30.
I just act like one.
I said you're over 30.
I'm over 30.
Yeah. So
that makes me a boomer.
You're definitely a boomer.
There's my boomer picture. I just wish her hair was black so it looked kind of like me.
Yeah. Also, you notice the fucking mustache growing here.
I know. It's not my most flattering portrait for
Yeah,
sure.
but the glass of wine is more.
Not at
The
all.
glass of wine is accurate though, right? Like,
Yeah, the glass of wine is the most accurate part of that picture. It just needs to be full to the top or
yeah.
empty, one of the two.
It's like, what is this in between bullshit, right?
Yeah, like this in between. No, it's either I just filled it or I need a refill. That's
Right.
maybe just put the whole bottle there.
Yeah. So you're gonna just hot shot it from the bottle. To hell with this glass, right? So, but yeah, that was the whole point. You know, we think we got through all the points of the stream.
Oh shit! Now I feel old. I shouldn't have said shit. Y'all aren't supposed to ask her how old she is. I'm the one that asked her.
Yeah, you were the one.
Yeah, I was the one that asked.
Remember, I just said over 30. I didn't say how old. You know, I just
I gave myself away.
Yeah.
In my defense, I get mistaken for in my 20s all the time. So there's that.
In fairness, the box wine industry would bet out of business without Ren. If I didn't have box wine, I'd have no wine at all.
See, at least I still do bottled. It's cheap bottled, but it's still bottled.
It's got a cork.
I have my dignity, damn it.
It's got a cork in it, damn it. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's I think that's pretty much it. We went 2 hours talking about this stuff.
This good stream now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you wanted to get out what you wanted to get out, like you explain it and stuff like that, and you did. And
yeah, I know there was tons of people jumping in there. Won't you post all the shit right now? Won't you just post all the shit right now? Quit hawking your fucking YouTube.
Yeah, quit hawking your YouTube.
And I was like, dude, obviously, because it's happening left and right on purpose, it's really easy to take somebody out of context. Yeah. Or to read more into what they type than what they meant to type, you know, or put tones on it that aren't there. That is why I was like, nah, let me just talk.
Yeah.
Let me say the thing. We'll still show you the stuff, but let me say the things. Yeah. Oh, 2 dislikes. Ren and Ren's alt account.
Oh, yeah. So it's probably her and Gail Simone.
Yeah, probably.
Grady Corn Pie was growing, baby. Yeah. We're doing well. It's like I said, once again, hey Ren, thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate the subs you got for me, buddy.
Yeah, Ren and Gail. If you want to go, I will shield my YouTube now, since I supposedly do that.
Yeah.
A lot or whatever. Yeah. Which is easy. I guess you could just click on me. Isn't it in the description too?
Yeah, I put it in the description. Yeah, it's
Yeah. Currently I do doodle streams on Sundays. Just a bunch of people drawing on their tablets and talking about drawing shit. And Wednesday nights I do gaming streams, but I think they only go to my Twitch, and I need to redo it where it also goes to my YouTube.
You got to reconfigure some things.
I got to configure some stuff. I'm getting maybe too old for this shit.
You're boomering up is what's going on.
God damn it.
Yeah. What I've told you what to do. You know, you just talk with Josh Bray and get hooked up with some with some Streamlabs OBS, and I believe it lets you dual stream. So.
Yeah, it should, because I could swear I had it set up that way before. And because I remember my big problem was, oh man, which chat do I actually look at and try to reply to? If I am game streaming, I'm going to probably be looking at my Twitch chat the whole time. It makes life way easier.
So you guys are the second channel Ren helped grow. The first one is Sweetcast. Sweetcast used the boost and worked his ass to reach 1K. Yeah, that's my next goal now, is to try to get to 1K. I'm taking it a little bit at a time. But now I'm going to start I really want to start doing the videos that I like to what do you call it? That I want to make. Like, one of my ideas, I think, if you guys have ever seen Sad Cat Diaries or Sad Dog Diaries, I'm planning to do one called Sad Anti-Comic Skate Diaries. I've got it halfway written, and once I get it finished, I'm gonna, once I get a thing, I'll get it uploaded. I get some. I'm so boomer. I'm really bad at video editing, so I'm gonna get somebody else to do the video editing for me.
I was about to say, I have so many video ideas. The reason I have no videos on my YouTube is because I'm just too lazy for that shit. Yeah. I don't.
But
I don't want to video edit.
I use there's two folks I use. Well, it's Adrian or Ace and Josh. They both are really good video editing and stuff like that. So yeah, I want to do that. There's also a this one I can do myself. It's basically Arthur Morgan reviews comics. Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2. Since apparently apparently I do a really good Arthur Morgan impression. And we want to talk about comic books and whatever the hell those are. We're going to do it on the internet, wherever the hell that is. And because I already got, like, one that's going to be funny is basically I got a friend of mine to record some video for me. And it's basically Arthur Morgan's going to, okay, you know how Zach does it when he reviews videos? He's in his car and he's, like, got the comic in his lap and shit like that. So the joke is going to be Arthur's going to be reviewing a comic, but he's going to be on horseback while he's kidnapped a woman. So, like the whole time, like he's reviewing the comic, is this woman on the back, and there's gonna be a part where he actually has to shoot somebody so they don't see him kidnapping a woman. So yeah, it's gonna be some funny shit. Hopefully.
Hey, if you ever want some chick voices for stuff, I want to do them.
Oh yeah, we've talked to that. I need to tell Ace to add you to Discord.
Yeah, I really want to do voices for all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I think you would. We need. That's what we lack. Women voices. We got 2 women's that do voices for us right now. So
yeah, I want to do more voices because I've got some weird ones.
Oh God! Now Piper's gonna have Arthur Morgan's voice stuck in her head, along with EVS, John, and Edwin.
So far, I've been able to dodge that bullet.
What, Edwin?
So far. No, having Arthur Morgan's voice stuck in there along with and it's not even their voices, it's y'all's impersonations
of their voices. Yeah.
It's killing me.
What I want you to remember, okay, if you're going to pick up an Arthur Morgan, I just want you, like, if whenever you're thinking about it, I just want you to think this. You rat.
God damn it.
You guys pick a side right now, because this is over. I'm dying of tuberculosis. I don't know why.
I think I'm going to try to do a stream where I draw, like, random doodle characters and then do their voices.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, and just do it as a stream just to be like, look what I can do.
Exactly. That'd be funny.
This is my demo reel. It's a stream. Really shitty quality.
Hey, can you check out my mixtape?
Yeah.
That's essentially what it is. I had a friend. Do you know Super Nerd Kate, right? You know Kate from Super Nerd.
Yeah. Yeah.
She used to, back in the day. I kept saying we were going to go offline, but I'll go ahead and tell this. Back in the day, she would, like, go around. She was talking about she was going to sell her mixtape, and she kept saying that. And one day, a friend of ours, while she was saying, because we were talking, it was on Skype a long time ago, so we were talking on Skype, and she, the guy, because she was talking about singing, he's like, "Oh yeah, you sing. What do you sound like?" She said, "You're gonna have to buy my mixtape." He went, "Buy it." Mixtapes are free. He, like, got offended that she had to buy a mixtape. He's like, no, mixtapes are free. What are you getting? Get the hell out of here with that.
And just for the end of this, I need to. Wow. They're still talking about the use of the term traps in my mentions. That's the only thing that's left. That's the only thing that's left of Ren's whatever it was she was trying to do.
Right.
And now it's seriously, it's just a handful of them. Oh wait, no, we've got this. Ren says, weird, Fizz Giggity has to be at least 2 hours into her Ren and Gale stream at this point, but I'm yet to have a single Gator show up on my timeline to rub the proof Piper promised in my face. Is it possible she had no proof?
Well, if you had actually watched the beginning of it, you would know.
Or maybe the problem is she decided to drop her big exposé on a channel that can't pull more than 20 concurrent viewers at any given live stream.
30, thank you.
Or both.
Thanks for the advertisement.
Yeah, right. Ren, it's almost like I don't have an army of gators. Who knew?
Yeah. And also, A, it was 30.
Oh, wait, you did when I told you.
A, it was 30. B, thanks for the subscribers again. Thanks for the shout out. Appreciate that. C, watch it from the beginning because apparently you're an idiot and you can't see. But anyway, I think that's enough for tonight. Any more thoughts before we go?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No. I got Ren-tarded for a second there.
Oh, okay.
No, apparently I still need to flood her feed with all of the fucking screenshots and shit. Even though I'd rather just block her because, I said my piece and apparently she's too scared to actually look at it.
Yep. So
surprise,
whatever.
Surprise.
Whatever. Can't handle it. It's whatever. Couldn't read. Apparently you can't.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing. The conversation that she still got going on about traps in my feed is now seriously just her cronies talking to each other about how they blocked everybody and are still going.
Well, if they blocked everybody, why are you still seeing it?
I guess, well, they didn't block me apparently, but they're exactly. Just talking about how many people they blocked. Like, oh, we blocked that person. We're so cool. That's my feed now, is a bunch of them high-fiving each other for blocking everybody else. Because I dropped it out of that conversation forever. So,
but for a final thought, I will say, hey, Ren, thanks for the subscribers. Thanks for launching the channel. You did a good job. Appreciate
final
it.
Thought.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah, it's still going up. It's still going.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, y'all have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow night when basically we can talk about something that's actually not this.
Yeah, like some fuck comics.
Yeah, talk about some comics. Yeah, for once.
Something.
All right, guys. We'll see y'all later.
Bye-bye.